It's January 4th, 2014, and on behalf of Pro Wrestling Noah and New Japan Pro Wrestling, it's your boy, Arachnid Soul, welcoming you all to Wrestle Kingdom. On the way to the ring right now, the man who momentarily will compete for the IWGP, the International Wrestling Grand Prix Junior Heavyweight Championship. It's Naomichi Marufuji. We're going to kick things off hot tonight. It's the High Flyers of the Junior Heavyweight division.
IWGP ジュニアヘビー級選手権者重心サンダーライガーの入場です。Ladies and gentlemen, let's see the hottest battle of the great wrestling.
And now, making his way to the squared circle, it's a man who's held that IWGP Championship on more than 10 occasions. It's a former WCW Cruiserweight Champion. It's maybe the most notable junior heavyweight in the sport of Japanese pro wrestling, in the sport of Puro Wrestler over the past 20 to 25 years. This man looking to break the tie. Naomichi Marufuji won a match. Jushin Thunder Liger won a match. This is the rubber match. This is the tiebreaker. Jushin Thunder Liger tonight will look to solidify his place as the top junior heavyweight champion of all time. Jushin Thunder Liger, Naomichi Marufuji. It's your opening contest here at Wrestle Kingdom. Let's send it to the ring announcer.
IWGP ジュニアヘビー級選手権試合時間無制限一本勝負を行います。青コーナー176センチ88キロ丸藤直道赤コーナーIWGP ジュニアヘビー級選手権者170センチ95キロ重心サンダーライガーレフェリー西永修一。
We are live with our opening contest of Wrestle Kingdom. There was a coin flip, and it turns out that a New Japan Pro Wrestling official was not chosen to officiate this match. Pro Wrestling Noah referee, I'm sure, will do a great job. Jushin Thunder Liger and Naomichi Marufuji lock up at center ring. Naomichi Marufuji with that Northern Light suplex. This one will be high-paced, but I'm going to try to take you guys through a little bit of the history between these two. Collar and elbow at center ring. Once again, Jushin Thunder Liger snatches the side headlock. And you see Naomichi Marufuji with that shin breaker, that knee breaker on the champion. Now let's talk once again about 1 year ago. Naomichi Marufuji at the time was the #1 contender for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Covering a rope break, Naomichi Marufuji tips up. Naomichi Marufuji was the #1 contender for that Junior Heavyweight Championship, the IWGP belt, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Championship. At the time, last December, that was December of 2012, Naomichi Marufuji successful in defeating Jushin Thunder Liger and becoming the champion. Liger 6 months later able to recapture that championship, a championship reign that Jushin Thunder Liger still currently enjoys and wants to continue past tonight. Naomichi Marufuji 2 weeks ago in an untelevised match was going up against Jushin Thunder Liger and was injured when he went for a top turnbuckle Frankensteiner and had it countered via an avalanche Liger bomb. Naomichi Marufuji suffering a minor neck stinger. We weren't sure if or when he would return. It was announced earlier this week that Naomichi Marufuji was cleared. This is his return bout. Naomichi Marufuji has guaranteed victory here tonight. This is the rubber match. This is the tiebreaker between these two great wrestlers. Jushin Thunder Liger now, rear naked choke. Naomichi Marufuji has been very successful not only in Japan, but also in the United States, wrestling for independent promotions, and probably wrestling most notably in the United States for Ring of Honor. Teamed up in Ring of Honor many times with Kenta, who he actually teamed up with to capture the GHC, the Noah Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Marufuji also a junior heavyweight champion of Noah and also a junior heavyweight champion right here in New Japan Pro Wrestling. As the men continue to center each other, you get the feeling that they're just trying to figure out what the game plans of the opposite man are. That this is just the feeling out process here still in the early goings. And once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. It's Wrestle Kingdom. It's the big one of the year. This year opening match and the opening title match here tonight. We have that title match later on. Obviously, Kenta Kobashi will try. Wait a minute. Naomichi with the Shiranui. That's the move he invented. That's his signature finishing move, and Jushin Thunder Liger, very smart, rolls to the outside that time. Of course, Naomichi telling Liger get back in the ring. Of course he wants him back in. He's got him right where he wants him. Drills Liger with that drop kick. And once again, Liger rolling to the outside. You get the feeling this match not going down the way that Jushin Thunder Liger thought it would. Naomichi Marufuji not afraid to follow Liger outside the ring. Liger sends Marufuji into the guardrail. Marufuji with that gut shot that time. Grabs Liger by the horn, sends Liger back into the guardrail. You hear the count from the referee. The referee has been instructed to show a little bit of leniency with the count here.
11, 12, 13.
Liger back in. Look for a boot, ends up getting the knife-edge chop. Bridging German suplex that time. Liger in the ropes. Referee in position. Great call there. Naomichi Marufuji shot him with a forearm. Liger now. Hammerlock throw. Irish whip. Liger comes back. Beautiful arm drag that time. Shades of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Great rotation. And there's the Saito suplex, the backdrop driver. Naomichi Marufuji with the drop kick. Liger looking for a drop kick of his own, paintbrushed away. Naomichi Marufuji a second ago with the leg drop and a basement drop kick. Waist lock by Liger. Naomichi rolls through into the knee bar. Marufuji, they're holding it for just a second longer than he needed to. We know there is bad blood between these two. I mean, there's been some speculation even that Jushin Thunder Liger thought, wait a minute, let's see where this goes. Slingshot, corkscrew back elbow by the challenger. Steps through into that Anderson armbar, one of the variations of the Yuji Nagata lock. We will see Yuji Nagata in action later on as he takes on Takeshi Morishima. Diving knee that time by the challenger and another basement dropkick. This match, in my opinion, has been all Naomichi Marufuji, as once again we see Liger going to the outside.
2, 3,
Front face lock here. Suplex in, Liger floats through. Grabs the challenger from behind, waist lock. Naomichi backflips through, collar and elbow tie up. What beautiful pacing on the part of both men here. What an awesome match this has been. Side headlock takeover. No rope break on the part of Liger, who kips out. Liger wrestling a much more defensive match than I anticipated. Usually Liger dictates the pace. Underarm spin that time into the inverted Kimura. Naomichi going southpaw that time, little shot to the rib cage. Jushin Liger now shoots Naomichi off to the ropes. Naomichi comes back, and another drop kick. It's been his bread and butter this match. It's working out for him. You see Liger rolling around. Liger almost looks like the challenger in this match. Liger finally connects with the drop kick. Marufuji right back up. Liger a second time. Waistlock here, back elbow from Naomichi Marufuji. Liger tried to duck under that, caught a backhand knife edge chop that time to the skull. Scoop and a slam. Naomichi Marufuji says that's the finish. Might have been looking for something. Liger, I think, heard it and realizes he's got to come back into this thing. Spinning toe hold, drops back into that figure four leg lock. Waist lock here. And a release German suplex from the champion. Jushin Liger once again back to the leg. Spins through that time, not a spinning toe hold, actually a leg grapevine. Pretty similar move to the move we saw Naomichi Marufuji use a couple of minutes ago, that rolling knee bar. There's the Shote, that palm strike in the corner from Liger. Liger sends the challenger once again to the far side, comes in, another Shote. And the challenger sent once again to the corner. Liger in with that capo kick. Jushin Thunder Liger, when he wants to go, he can go. This man can put together combinations. This man, more than 10 times with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, that avalanche release, spider-style German suplex off the top rope. Naomichi Marufuji actually up before Liger. I think Liger landed much harder on that move than he anticipated. Liger now, not afraid to fly, will go to the top rope. Thinks better of it. There was too much movement on Naomichi's part. Full head of steam here. Jay Liger goes tope suicida. Liger was looking to come off the top before that tope suicida, before that suicide dive, but he saw Naomichi Marufuji moving around too much outside and figured that Naomichi Marufuji wouldn't be there by the time Liger came off the top, so Liger dropped back down as we see the Irish whip. And once again, Naomichi Marufuji with another drop kick. And now a double leg steps through into this Boston Crab. Liger already in the rope. Liger actually trying to crawl out under the rope that time. Naomichi breaks the hold. Hammerlock throw that time. Liger out of it. The timing was off. Does connect with that Shote. Liger going up top. Let's see what this is going to be. Shooting star press. A move that Jushin Thunder Liger invented years ago. Jushin Thunder Liger, the inventor, the innovator of that beautiful shooting star press. A move that's been copied by many wrestlers. Tilt-a-whirl here. Nope. Gut wrench. Nope, Liger counter on the counter. There you see that tombstone pile driver. Liger looked for it. Naomichi Marufuji tried to counter out. Liger countered back. And now the Fujiwara armbar by Jushin Thunder Liger. We saw in the early goings of the match, Jushin Thunder Liger with that Fujiwara armbar, and then took it into the rings of Saturn. That time it's an underarm spin-style hip toss to counter out of that rear naked choke. Liger now pretty close to the ropes, actually. With the Cobra Twist, only keeps it on for a second. I think he figured Naomichi Marufuji would get a rope break. Now switches back into the sleeper hold, the rear naked choke. Forearm shiver. Liger back on his man. Hammerlock throw. Naomichi comes back. Capo kick does not connect that time. How smart is Naomichi? Wait a minute! No, Liger stays with it. Capo kick, lateral press. Only gets a 1 count. Front face lock here from the champion. Thought he was actually going to go higher with that snap suplex, that snap brainbuster from Jushin Thunder Liger. Liger, once again, will shoot the challenger off to the ropes. Marufuji comes back, baseball slide through the legs. Liger turns around, catches him by the hair, and now sends him back outside. Keep your eyes on Jushin Thunder Liger. Baseball slide drop kick, does not drop the challenger, but it was effective, it did connect. Naomichi back in, shot off to the far turnbuckle. Liger in with the third capo kick of the night. He's feeling it, might be looking for that sheer drop avalanche brainbuster. A signature finishing move of Jushin Thunder Liger. Naomichi Marufuji with that modified shote comes out, Sabat kick. And now the challenger back in control. Shoots Jushin Thunder Liger off to the ropes. Another super kick drops the champion. Naomichi Marufuji not going for cover there once more. Scooping a slam at center ring. Jushin Liger with that kick followed up with that shote, and now picking the ankle and spins through once again into the leg grapevine. Jushin Thunder Liger has been such a successful IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Not only defending that belt on air on Throwdown events. Wait a minute, Marufuji going up top. Double springboard moonsault! Liger tried to turn away from it, unsuccessful. Naomichi Marufuji went for cover, there was a rope break. But like I was saying, Jushin Thunder Liger not only successful in defending that junior heavyweight title belt on Throwdown events, but also a number of untelevised events, actually defending that belt in other leagues as well. Liger with another shote. Comes in, another one. And these two just exchanging leather here. Another rear naked choke from the challenger. Liger drops down to the knee. Liger fighting back. We saw another shote, spinning soul butt. Naomichi Marufuji has been busted open with those shotes. Front face lock here, desperation move from the challenger. Look at the blood dripping from the forehead of Naomichi Marufuji. Liger reeling. I mean, you think about that match that Liger had with Minoru Tanaka just about a week and a half ago on Thursday Night Throwdown. That match actually going to a time limit draw, and the time limit on that match was 15 minutes as we see the fireman's carry. And if we look at the timer on this match, we're at about that 15-minute mark. Now you think back to Liger and also Minoru Tanaka and how they were reeling after that match. I remember the footage of them, both on one knee after the match, sucking wind, trying to catch their breath. This match has no time limit as we go past the 15-minute mark. And you already see the wear and tear on both of these fighters. And now just exchanging right hands back and forth, shotes, forearm shivers. Naomichi Marufuji once again looking and scoring with that rear naked choke. Hip toss that time from Jushin Thunder Liger. Liger now grabs Naomichi Marufuji, spins him around, sets him, picks him up. There it is, that trademark running sit-out Liger bomb. Unfortunately, it happened outside the ring. I believe had that happened inside the ring, Liger might have been able to get a 3 count. You see the blood of Naomichi Marufuji all over the ring and the entranceway. Wait a minute! Liger looking for that sheer drop brainbuster, could not get it, ends up with a suplex. We talk about trademark, wait a minute, Liger that time sent into the referee. Naomichi Marufuji capitalized, drop kick to the back. Liger comes in, back heel trip, double leg, looking to go Boston Crab, gets kicked off. Naomichi Marufuji scores with another drop kick. Steps through into the leg grapevine. Like I was saying before, we talk about favorite moves, signature moves of Jushin Thunder Liger. We saw that running sit-out Liger bomb on the plank moments ago. The share drop brainbuster is the one Liger will look for. Yes, he can put you away with the power bomb as we see the capo kick. Yes, he can put you away with any number of high-risk moves off the top. The shooting star we saw earlier, the Phoenix Splash. Jushin Liger will look for that sheer drop avalanche brainbuster and connects. If he covers the challenger, I believe we've got a winner. North-south cover 2. Oh! Jushin Liger that time, almost getting a 3 count, not quite, will go back to the tombstone piledriver and will score once again for the second time in this contest with it. Naomichi Marufuji, fighting spirit, right back up. Shote connects, backhand knife edge chop connects. Naomichi Marufuji coming right out of the corner that time. Naomichi Marufuji, the fighting spirit, as we now see Jushin Thunder Liger fire up. Irish whip to the far side. Liger in. Capo kick does not connect. Wait a minute. We might see another running Liger bomb. Here it is. Center ring. Naomichi Marufuji kicking out. Jushin Thunder Liger not deterred. We talked about the brainbuster. There it is, that trademark sheer drop brainbuster that Liger's won so many belts and defended the championship so many times with. A Liger bomb, 2 sheer drop brainbusters. Will that be enough? Liger with the cover, hooks the far leg. 2, yes. Liger will retain his IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. What a match we just saw. Liger threw everything he had at Naomichi Marufuji. No shame on the part of Naomichi Marufuji. He did everything tonight except leave with that IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see the hottest battle of Great Wrestling.
Jun Akiyama. It is now time for that Dream Partner Tag Team match as Akiyama's sternness makes his way down the aisle. We remember that match from Throwdown. Jun Akiyama and the man he's going to face, one of the men he's going to face here in this tag team contest, Masahiro Chono. It was Masahiro Chono connecting with that Japanese organized crime kick, that mafia kick, that Yakuza kick, that Kenka kick, that finally put away Jun Akiyama. The brawl continued for 10 minutes after that closing bell and after we went off the air. These two were separated by security guards And now we're about to find out who Jun Akiyama picked as his tag team partner. Wait a minute! And I'm gonna lay out for the United States ECW fans. Do you guys recognize this music? I will not spoil it for you.
From Pro Wrestling 01.
This match was made into a no disqualification match earlier this afternoon. We heard rumors that as a result, Jun Akiyama switched dream partners at the last minute. He said he was bringing a man who knew how to brawl. And believe me, this man knows how to brawl. We'll talk about his accomplishments in a second when we get this match underway. Jun Akiyama has selected Dan Masato Tanaka. Chono has said that he's actually sending his dream partner out before. This will be Chono's last night. I guess Chono wants to have the big entrance of the match. And who has Masahiro Chono picked as his dream partner? It's no disqualification, and we're about to see the man come out now. Scott Flash Norton, not only from New Japan Pro Wrestling, but also from World Championship Wrestling. Hell, let's run down the history of Scott Norton. Started in the early 90s in New Japan Pro Wrestling, jumped ship over to WCW, where he stayed for most of the 90s. In the late 90s, he jumped ship from WCW to the other promotion Eric Bischoff ran, the NWO. Scott Norton, not only active in the NWO in the United States, but also a key member of the New World Order Japan. And we'll run down his accomplishments in this sport as well when the match gets underway. Making his final appearance here in New Japan Pro Wrestling, this being his retirement match. We'll talk about the past week once this match gets started. Let's lay out now and respectfully wait for the entrance of Masahiro Chono. The crowd comes to its feet for Masahiro Chono. Not necessarily a fan favorite, but a man the fans respect. A man who started in 1984 and tonight makes his final appearance for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And how awesome is it to see Chono teaming up with Scott Norton one last time, one final time here in Chono's retirement. Jun Akiyama shoots in right at the opening bell. The Dream Partner Tag Team match is underway. Jun Akiyama opting to start out this match. Very interesting. Masahiro Chono opting to not start out. And once again, let me tell you guys, Lariat there on a cover early on only gets a 1 count. Let me tell you guys, there is no disqualification. Masahiro Chono wanted a tag and got it. Now we're going to continue where we left off Thursday night. Jun Akiyama and Masahiro Chono going at it. Chono with the Kenka kick on Masato Tanaka for no reason. Yeah, this thing's going to get out of hand real quick. No disqualification here, no time limit, anything goes. There must be a winner. Jun Akiyama gets the boot out. Tried to hit a forearm, did not get it. And Chono, I think, was looking to tag back out to Norton. Chono comes back, shoulder block, short lariato, elbow shivers there. Jun Akiyama catches his man, Fujiwara armbar. And you hear Scott Norton there yelling from the ring skirt, "Come on, I'll take him." Scott Norton wants back in. Side headlock from Masahiro Chono. Jun Akiyama finds the way out with that shin breaker. And now Jun Akiyama tagging out to Masato. Yeah, tagging out to Masato Tanaka. And Masato Tanaka now ending up with the Fujiwara armbar. Now let's talk about Masato Tanaka. Let's talk about one of the toughest individuals, and I mean that on a shoot, one of the toughest individuals ever in the sport of professional wrestling. I've never seen a man be able to take as many chair shots to the skull and get back up as Masato Tanaka. The fans in the United States will remember Masato Tanaka. It was in the late 90s and the early 2000s when Masato Tanaka returned to the United States and picked up his rivalry, a rivalry that started years earlier in frontier martial arts wrestling, in the FMW in Japan. Masato Tanaka and the Gladiator, as some people might remember him. Mike Awesome, where's Chono going? Lariat from Scott Norton. Look at Chono just posing for the crowd here. Yeah, no disqualification, no rules, no count out. The referee's not going to tell him to get back onto the ring apron. But like I was saying about Masato Tanaka, that feud he had in Japan, more times than not, it was the Gladiator getting the best of Masato Tanaka. But almost the way that in the early goings of a Sting versus Ric Flair feud, there we see that Gangan elbow. Or almost the way in the early goings of kind of an AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels feud, or the feud between Tommy Dreamer and Raven. Sometimes those one-sided feuds lead the guy who loses more times than not, or every time, to stay with it. Such was the case of Masato Tanaka. It was in 1999 that Masato Tanaka returned to ECW and set his sights on one Mike Awesome. Masato Tanaka was actually successful in defeating Mike Awesome in the United States and captured that ECW, that Extreme Championship Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. Look at these two exchanging chops and elbows. Scott Norton and Masato Tanaka going at it. And to my knowledge, this is actually the first time that Scott Norton and Masato Tanaka have ever squared off against each other in the sport of pro wrestling. Masato Tanaka now. Folding press powerbomb. And Masato Tanaka gonna, no, he's not staying with it. That time sits out pile driver. Chono's seen enough. Chono comes in, went for that spinning leg lariat, had it paint brushed away, and now a tag back out to Jun Akiyama. And you'll notice the referee's not counting Chono out. He won't count Tanaka out. Once again, no disqualification, no countouts. I mean, hell, I'm surprised these guys are even observing traditional tag rules. Chono once again that time taking a shot on Masato Tanaka, and now the stare down and a forearm shiver. So much action going on here. Scott Norton and Jun Akiyama in the ring. They are the legal men. Diving spear on the outside. Back body drop on the inside. 5 minutes elapsed. It looks like Masato Tanaka keeps trying to get back onto that ring apron. He wants to be there for his tag team partner. Jun Akiyama on the inside. Backdrop suplex. And a drop kick outside by Masato Tanaka. Masato Tanaka and Masahiro Chono continuing to go at it outside. Inside, Scott Norton now in control, taking this match back over. And let's talk about Scott Norton. Scott Norton was a professional arm wrestler, winning over 30 championships. He was actually the United States champion, which was the highest rank you can achieve in that sport in the United States. I'd say it was about 1993 in Japan, where he was made an offer to join New Japan Pro Wrestling. Initially, he turned it down, but later did. Northern Light suplex. And Masahiro Chono there on the attack on Jun Akiyama. Initially, Scott Norton did turn down that offer. He did end up wrestling for New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it was in the mid-90s at Starrcade, a joint event between New Japan Pro Wrestling and Eric Bischoff's World Championship Wrestling, which took place in Japan, that Eric Bischoff scouted Scott Norton, thought he had a lot of potential, and offered him a WCW contract. Scott Norton accepted the contract, went to the United States, where he briefly feuded with Sting. Later on, we remember Scott Norton joining up with the NWO. Oh my God, and there's that Kenka kick. That's the move that beat Jun Akiyama on Thursday, and he was smart enough to roll outside that time. Chono once again the legal man, and once again taking a shot on Masato Tanaka. Masato Tanaka, seen enough, rolls into the ring, gets caught by Chono that time. Jun Akiyama still outside. Masato Tanaka reverses the Irish whip. Inside knee strike. Masato Tanaka back out onto the ring skirt, and now Scott Norton comes in. There's another Northern Light suplex. Keep your eyes on Scott Norton. He's not supposed to be in the ring. Gets caught into that Achilles lock. And Chono once again outside the ring, taunting the crowd. I think the feeling here on the part of Masahiro Chono is, hell, this is my last night here. It's no disqualification. I'm going to do anything I want to do. What are they going to do? Fire me? What is that? Chono grabbing something off the announce table. Some type of foreign object. I'm not sure what it was, but he's bringing it into the ring. Chono threatening the referee with the foreign object. Collar and elbow now. Masahiro Chono and Dan Gan. Masato Tanaka lock up. Tanaka with the side headlock. Lets Chono out. Chono back on the attack. Sends Tanaka outside. And once again will pick up that foreign object, which he drills Jun Akiyama between the eyes with. Tanaka in. Saito suplex. Had it countered. I mean, this thing's half wrestling match, half brawl. Tanaka comes back, drop kick, drops Chono. Chono, over the past couple of weeks here in New Japan Pro Wrestling, one of the most talked about individuals. Kenka kick in the corner, Norton comes in. Masahiro Chono, a couple of weeks ago, was the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Let's keep an eye on Norton and Tanaka. Masahiro, there's so much action going on here. Masahiro Chono defended that IWGP belt against Kenta Kobashi. It was a special televised Saturday edition of Throwdown. Norton here. Powerbomb. What an expensive powerbomb that was for Masato Tanaka. That's going to cost Dangan. Backdrop driver countered through by Tanaka. But Masahiro Chono losing that belt, like we said, and New Japan Pro Wrestling for a week and a half unable to contact Masahiro Chono. It was Chono last Sunday, coming out of hiding, having that press conference and announcing as effective immediately he was retiring from New Japan Pro Wrestling. During the week, New Japan Pro Wrestling, as we see the octopus variation of the Cobra Twist here outside the ring, during the week, New Japan Pro Wrestling contacted Chono finally and told him, look, you've got a contract here, and you're going to be in breach of that contract if you do not fulfill your obligations. Masato Tanaka once again into the ring post, and Tanaka has been busted open, and that eye rake from Scott Flash Norton will not help. But anyway, New Japan Pro Wrestling and Masahiro Chono coming to an agreement that Chono would be let out of his contract if he agreed to 2 more matches. The first of those matches took place on Thursday, and that was against Jun Akiyama. It was a singles match, and Masahiro Chono was successful that night. This is his final match. It's Wrestle Kingdom, and Masahiro Chono is looking to leave this company with a win. Chono, yes, still the legal man. Masato Tanaka, legal as he goes slingshot into that pescado. Norton comes in, full head of steam, and a boot for Jun Akiyama. Low blow there from Masahiro Chono, probably one of the more legal things we've seen in this contest. Norton and Chono, train wreck. Norton with another lariat outside on Jun Akiyama. Masato Tanaka, a bloody mess. But you know what? For a former multi-time brass knuckles champion, Kenka kick. Here's a cover. And that actually might have been it, but Masato Tanaka was in the ropes. For a former brass knuckles champion in many divisions in FMW, Masato Tanaka, no stranger to being bloody in matches, no stranger to being bloody in big matches. I mean, hell, some of those matches he had with Gladiator Mike Awesome were bloodbaths. Masato Tanaka with another folding press powerbomb. Scott Norton there to make the save just in case, but didn't need to because Chono kicked out on his own. And by the way, as we look at 3 men who are much bigger than Masato Tanaka, wait a minute, what is this? And there's a shot from Chono and a second time on Masato Tanaka with that foreign object. Chono wearing out Masato Tanaka with whatever that foreign object is. Surprised he didn't go for a cover there. I guess he looked over at Jun Akiyama and realized if he went for a cover there would be a save. Battering ram style shoulder in the corner. Tanaka does not know the meaning of giving up. He doesn't know how to submit. But as I was saying a second ago, you look at the size of Masato Tanaka, he's a much smaller individual than the people he's competing against here tonight. But like we said, he made a name in the United States and as well as in Japan. Counters that scoop slam with the Tornado DDT, one of the trademarks of Masato Tanaka. Likes to utilize that Tornado DDT out of the corner usually. And Scott Norton now looking for a powerbomb. And gets it. But a cover here. Jun Akiyama stepped in just in case he needed to make a save. I think Jun Akiyama's seen enough. There's been so much rule breaking on the part of Norton and Chono. And now we see the 2-on-1. There's that trademark exploder suplex, the move Jun Akiyama created. Scott Norton rolls out onto the entrance plank. Chono sending Jun Akiyama skull first 2 times. And I'm telling you, that's a steel ring post. That's the same ring post that earlier on busted open Masato Tanaka. A 3rd time. I mean, Masahiro Chono in this encounter is just a man possessed. There was a German suplex that time on the entrance plank. Masato Tanaka executed it on Scott Flash Norton. Norton now taking Tanaka up, suplex, inside out, and Masato Tanaka already getting up. And now Norton, powerbomb on the entrance plank. Means so much action to call. Shono there a fourth time, taking Jun Akiyama into the ring post. Scott Flash Norton and Masato Tanaka, the legal men. Scott Norton actually getting that nickname Flash when he was the arm wrestling champion. He beat so many guys so quick that they would say he beat people in a flash, and the name stuck and carried over into professional wrestling. As we see the avalanche suplex from Norton. Atomic drop that time, and Masato Tanaka gets right up, charges in, lariato, back heel trip from Tanaka, who now picks his man up, front face lock, and beautifully executed Fisherman's Buster. Tanaka not done, wants more. It's an elbow to the back of Scott Norton, picks him up, and then there's that variation, that Osaka street cutter, that variation of the diamond cutter or the ace crusher. Scott Norton now tagging back out to Masahiro Chono. And Masato Tanaka that time, I think he went to tag Jun Akiyama, but there was no official tag. Masahiro Chono with that Keiji Muta-style dragon screw leg whip will use that many times to set up the hold we see here, the STF, the submission through fear. Jun Akiyama coming in, realized that might have been a submission on the part of Tanaka, came in to make the save, Tanaka getting out of it, and now the Harley Race style high knee from Jun Akiyama. Masato Tanaka looking for another powerbomb. And it was just the low vertical base of Chono really that time that blocked the powerbomb. Wasn't so much Dangan elbow, rabbit style to the back of the head of Chono. Norton with that diving shoulder block. And now Norton will look for another powerbomb. But like I was saying before, it wasn't a strength issue when Masato Tanaka tried to powerbomb Chono. He's got him up before. Hell, I actually remember one night I saw Masato Tanaka take Mike Awesome and powerbomb Mike Awesome in the United States inside of the ring to the outside through a table. I believe that was Heatwave 98, and the crowd went crazy. Masato Tanaka looking for another Dangan elbow, had it caught that time. Fujiwara armbar now by Masahiro Chono. The referee counting, the referee telling Chono that Tanaka's got a rope break. Chono doesn't care. Chono can't be disqualified, and it takes Jun Akiyama coming in and breaking up the hold. Jun Akiyama, Northern Light suplex, and Scott Norton now back in. Scott Norton shoots Jun Akiyama off to the corner. We saw the suplex attempt from Masato Tanaka, did not connect. Scott Norton now getting caught with that low blow. And Chono now will step right back into the step over toe hold face lock, or as Chono calls it, the submission through fear. There's no one to save Masato Tanaka this time besides Masato Tanaka. Tanaka a bloody mess, but holding on as he crawls towards the rope. And Tanaka did not tap out that time. He did not submit. And I mean, I'm going to be real honest with you. When you're picking a man to team up with you in a no disqualification match, with blood, with weapons, with violence, there are few men on the planet more well-versed than Dangan Masato Tanaka. Kneeling rear chin lock, Scott Norton comes in to make the save. Irish whip that time by Scott Norton, who goes in, short lariat, drops Jun Akiyama. Chono now, three-quarter cravat chancery, that cravat, yes, into the snapmare, and now drops back into the Juji Gatami attack. Masato Tanaka breaking the hold, or trying to break the hold, protecting himself, now breaks out. And another flying Dangan elbow, one of the finishers of Masato Tanaka. Tanaka now will go up top. Comes off with the double sledge, nobody home. Chono was looking for that weapon again, couldn't get it. What the hell is this? Chono slams the referee. No disqualification and a complete shot. You see Scott Norton out of position, running around outside, and drills Jun Akiyama, takes him off the ring apron. Chono's got a cover, but there's no referee. There's that backdrop driver, that Takeshi Morishima-like backdrop driver. Who's legal? I can't even keep track of who's legal in this. Sit-out pile driver from Masato Tanaka, the second one of the night. And I'm being told through the headset that Masahiro Chono and Masato Tanaka are legal. Scott Norton with that weapon all over Masato Tanaka in the corner. 3 times he's attacked him. Jun Akiyama looking on, trying to get over there, but being blocked by Masahiro Chono. Actually looks like Scott Norton might have a bloody lip as well. There's the Kenka kick. And if Jun Akiyama was the legal man, I believe the match might have been over right there. Masahiro Chono with the brainbuster on Masato Tanaka. Look at that cover. And it was Jun Akiyama with a forearm to the back of the skull, the cocky cover there from Masahiro Chono. You might want to try to pin Masato Tanaka again. I think Tanaka's out. And the same cocky cover, and Masato Tanaka kicks out. And again, the octopus stretch at center ring. Jun Akiyama breaking that one up. Masato Tanaka, another dragon screw leg whip from Chono. Masato Tanaka, another man who knows tag team wrestling very well. He was actually the ECW World Tag Team Champion alongside Balls Mahoney. We can talk about Scott Flash Norton, who wrestled many of the later years in WCW as part of a tag team, Fire and Ice, and then after that he wrestled alongside Marcus Alexander Buff Bagwell in the NWO Black and White / the NWO Hollywood. That team was known as Vicious and Delicious. Masato Tanaka now. Very low snap suplex. Chono gets up. Tanaka in with the lariat. Tanaka's got Chono where he wants him, sets him, stuffs him, takes him up, and dominates him. That Dangan bomb variation. Scott Norton coming in because he realizes he has to. Chono in a bad way now. Scott Norton looking for another power bomb. Lower body strength of Masato Tanaka. Squats and a back body drop. Tanaka shot off. Reversed the Irish whip. Drop kick there. Does not drop Chono. 2-on-1 attack. Chono drops Masato Tanaka seconds ago with the leg lariat. Now those stiff forearm shivers. Yeah, I think Tanaka wanted Scott Norton. Couldn't get him. Saito suplex that time. Look at the ring, a bloody mess. Masahiro Chono now busted open. Scott Norton now busted open. Masato Tanaka now busted open. I mean, we expected a night of awesome professional wrestling here. We didn't necessarily expect a night of so much blood. Jun Akiyama tagged back in. Masahiro Chono set up in the corner. Masahiro Chono, wanting no part of Jun Akiyama, tags right back out and then leaves the ring. Scott Norton now legal. Forearm shiver to the back. I mean, seriously, just take a look at the ring. Take a look at all the blood inside and outside the ring. Chono now, looking once again to go after Masato Tanaka, knocks him off the ring apron. Sends Tanaka back first and hard into the guardrail. And now an Irish whip to the far guardrail. Chono follows in. Try to connect with that Kenta kick. Northern Light suplex in the ring. No. Jun Akiyama, hammerlock thrown. comes back, forearm shiver for Scott Flash Norton. Jun Akiyama fires up now. Overhand strike, what a headbutt that time from the bloody Scott Norton, and Akiyama gets right back up. A big boot that time. Akiyama signaled for it. We might see this move. The jackhammer might be coming up. There it is. There's a rope break. Jun Akiyama in control. Here's his finisher. Exploder 98. If he can get a cover, if he can top Scott Norton. 1, 2, Chono in. Chono in, too late. Masato Tanaka. And Jun Akiyama gets the dude tonight at Wrestle Kingdom in Masahiro Chono's farewell match. The bloody brawl continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see the hottest battle in great wrestling.
A word that's thrown around a lot, not only in this sport, but across all sports, is the word potential. And when you talk about potential, you might as well be talking about the man coming out right now. Yes, he's a former GHC World Tag Team Champion. That's the Tag Team Championship of Pro Wrestling Noah. He's a former Ring of Honor World Champion in the United States. He's also held gold in Europe as well as in Mexico. And when we get into this match, I'll run down some of the details of that. Tonight, he looks to defend the honor in this fight for justice against Yuji Nagata, who will represent New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see the hottest battle in great wrestling. Yuji Nagata from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Like I said last week on Throwdown, Mr. Controversy, Blue Justice, Yuji Nagata, a man tonight who will represent New Japan Pro Wrestling, a man who, hell, you could call him Mr. New Japan Pro Wrestling. You could call him Mr. Wrestle Kingdom, a man who's competed at more Wrestle Kingdoms than just about anybody. He feels that there has been some injustice. He feels that tonight it should be him competing in the main event for that IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. But that's not what's going to happen tonight. Tonight, in a match where many people, to be honest with you, are predicting a victory for Yuji Nagata, I don't know about that. Takeshi Morishima with a damn impressive showing last Thursday night in that warm-up match against Kenta Kobashi. The fight for justice. Lariat! Not taking much time there for Takeshi Morishima to score with that lariat. As I was saying, the fight for justice is underway. Takeshi Morishima in the black, representing Pro Wrestling Noah. In the blue, you see Yuji Nagata, representing New Japan Pro Wrestling, and executes a beautiful flying Juji Gatami. Morishima keeping the clasp to try to block this hold. Takeshi Morishima going into this match the underdog. Yuji Nagata, a legend in this sport, started his career in the early 90s, went to WCW, came back to Japan, has won a number of championships, lateral press, hook at the far leg, not even a 1 count. We can talk about the amateur background as well of Yuji Nagata. Yuji Nagata, a two-time national champion, has represented Japan many times in amateur wrestling. One of the early shoot fighters, one of the early guys, as we see the guillotine choke. How apropos that is. One of the early guys, I was just about to say, to go and start MMA. A man who on many occasions early on in his career and continuing to this day has not only grappled against, but grappled with in sparring the likes of one Kazushi Sakuraba, as we see that amazing impact, that trademark move of Takeshi Morishima, the reverse chokeslam we saw a second ago, and another flying Juji Gatami attempt. Yuji Nagata, a submission wrestler, many variations of the Yuji Nagata lock he brings to the table, but also a man who's very versed in the suplex arts. And once again, another amazing impact. Takeshi Morishima looking to put this thing away early. Backdrop driver? No. That time going for the atomic drop. See where he goes here. Releases his inner fury, electric chair down, and Yuji Nagata face first into the canvas. Takeshi Morishima is the underdog in this contest, as I said about 2 minutes ago. And I think maybe his thought process is he needs to wrap this thing up as quickly as possible. Reverse arm wringer here. Yuji Nagata working on the arm, snapped it down across the shoulder, across his own trapezius muscle. Just a couple of seconds ago, Takeshi Morishima will fly. He's a big man, but enjoys coming off that top rope. Went for the elbow, and Yuji Nagata, I mean a million miles away that time. Not sure what Takeshi Morishima was thinking as he gets the boot up and a shoulder block out of the corner. Let's talk about Takeshi Morishima. Let's talk about a man who's seen a lot of success in 4 different countries. He was Harley Race's world champion. Wait a minute, he's coming off the top here. We'll get back to that missile dropkick. Does not score with it. Takeshi Morishima was Harley Race's world champion in Europe in that independent league that Harley Race was running. I'd say that was back around 2003. He was also a man who went to Lucha Libre AAA in Mexico and captured the World Tag Team Championship. We can talk about his accomplishments in Japan. We can talk about him holding the GHC, the Pro Wrestling Noah Tag Team Championships, and the 4th country he was successful in, and I'm sure a lot of the fans will remember this, the United States. He was the man who defeated Homicide in Ring of Honor to capture that Ring of Honor World Championship. This is the same man who dislocated the retina of American Dragon Bryan Danielson that time in New York City. Takeshi Morishima, a man who went toe-to-toe with Samoa Joe in Samoa Joe's final Ring of Honor appearance, as we see one more amazing impact. And I've got to give Takeshi Morishima credit here. Already looking for the powerbomb folding press? No. And that's another move that Takeshi Morishima will look to utilize to put this match away. Coming off the top, was looking for the elbow, didn't connect with the elbow, but it was like part of his leg connected with Yuji Nagata. Nagata now scooping a slam, great show of strength there. And I think as this match continues, and I'm just guessing here, what we're probably going to see is Yuji Nagata, yes, going to the wrestling, going to the amateur background, going to that shoot fighting, as we see him step through, salute, and that's trademark. He was looking for that Yuji Nagata lock #1. We saw him defeat El Samurai with that a couple of days ago on Thursday Night Throwdown. And once again, an atomic drop from Takeshi Morishima. Morishima's strategy, well, as we see one more powerbomb, folding press style, 1. No. Takeshi Morishima's strategy to this point seems to be hit as many trademarks and finishers as he can. One of them is eventually going to work. Or so he thinks. Takeshi Morishima, more of a brawler than Yuji Nagata. And when I say more of a brawler, I'm not really talking about hand-to-hand combat. I think in that department, I'd probably give it to Yuji Nagata as we see the Muay Thai-style roundhouse kicks in the corner. Back heel trip there from Takeshi Morishima. But I would say brawling outside of the ring. More Takeshi Morishima's specialty. One more powerbomb. Yuji Nagata with the counter. Look at that. That modified triangle choke. Almost like a Go-Go Plata that time. We talked about the shoot fighting background and the fact that Yuji Nagata has trained with and does regularly spar with Kazushi Sakuraba. Backdrop driver, that's a move that Takeshi Morishima likes to use as a finisher. Lateral press.
Okay.
I mean, hell, we can talk about the accomplishments of one Kazushi Sakuraba. A man who started out as a shoot fighter, as a professional wrestler. Cover here. Yuji Nagata kicks out. And then the demigod of Japanese MMA, Kazushi Sakuraba, went on, obviously dominating in Pride FC. We can actually tie some similarities between Kazushi Sakuraba's run in Pride and this match. I mean, Yuji Nagata giving up a lot of weight here as well as height against a bigger opponent, but that doesn't necessarily mean he can't come out on top. We just saw a German suplex seconds ago, front face lock. And to just finish up talking about Kazushi Sakuraba, a man who went on to compete in Dream MMA before returning, yes, to New Japan Pro Wrestling, where once again he found himself in the ring with Yuji Nagata. Yuji Nagata now, Irish whip to the far side. Takeshi Morishima comes back for him, shiver, drops Nagata. And once again, Takeshi Morishima with that atomic drop and heading up top. Drops another elbow, scored with a little bit more of it that time. I think it was more knee and leg than anything. And he's going up top again. Yuji Nagata's seen enough. And I have to confess here, not taking anything away from Takeshi Morishima. Yes, that suplex of justice outside the ring from Blue Justice Yuji Nagata. That belly-to-belly reversed the Irish whip. Takeshi Morishima goes into the guardrail that time and hard. And once again, onto the concrete, another belly-to-belly suplex. This has been really the only thing that's consistently worked for Yuji Nagata. If I'm him, I'd stay on those suplexes. And yes, he does. Ducks the lariat into a German suplex outside the ring we saw moments ago. And once again, another suplex of justice from Yuji Nagata. Yuji now in control, feeling it. Takeshi Morishima, Irish whip. Yuji Nagata into that guardrail. And like I was saying a second ago, not to take anything away from Takeshi Morishima, but Morishima not only last Thursday, wait a minute, DDT, and switches into that Nagata lock number 2, that tripler crossface. And it's a rope and just a rope. Wait a minute. Yuji Nagata that time actually not obeying the count. It was the threat of a disqualification from the referee that finally gets Yuji to break the hold. Takeshi Morishima with that really nice showing against the IWGP World Champion. We'll see him later in action. Of course, I'm talking about the legend that is Kenta Kobashi. Yuji Nagata now drops back. Once again, that was the move he defeated El Samurai with last Thursday. There's the Exploder suplex. I mean, we talk about Yuji Nagata sparring with Kazushi Sakuraba. Let's talk about another man he sparred with in Jun Akiyama, a DDT on the ramp, and Takeshi Morishima has been busted open. Yuji Nagata lock, and on a bloody Takeshi Morishima, Even if Morishima wants to tap, he can't tap out there, and the referee wouldn't be able to hear a verbal forfeit. Yuji Nagata, I believe, needs to get Morishima back into the ring. Morishima does it for him. But Jun Akiyama, a man who invented that wrist clutch exploder suplex, the Exploder 98 it's called, and taught that move actually to Yuji Nagata. Yuji Nagata and Jun Akiyama have teamed up on a number of occasions, as well as wrestled against each other. And Yuji Nagata, just one of those guys who picks things up from opponents. He gets in the ring with you, you execute some moves on him, and he'll try to incorporate those moves the next time into his match. Avalanche style suplex of justice from Yuji Nagata. Yuji Nagata looking for the win tonight here at Wrestle Kingdom against Takeshi Morishima. We remember it was a couple of years ago at Wrestle Kingdom when Yuji Nagata had a shot at the IWGP third belt heavyweight championship. Takeshi Morishima already a face full of blood, and that will not help face first into the ring post. Now that night, a couple of years ago at Wrestle Kingdom, as we see another exploder outside the ring, and the strategy of Yuji Nagata becomes apparent. He's trying to defeat Takeshi Morishima outside the ring, and then maybe roll him in and get a submission, roll him in and get a pinfall. But it was that night a couple of years ago at Wrestle Kingdom, IWGP World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Due to some political reasons, that belt found itself in the United States. It was Kurt Angle actually traveling to Japan, defeated Brock Lesnar in the Inoki Genome Federation to capture that belt. And then there was a partnership garnered between TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, as we see another lariat, where Kurt Angle was working, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Part of, wait a minute, Takeshi Morishima with another powerbomb, and once again, Yuji Nagata counters into that modified triangle choke. But because of that business relationship between New Japan Pro Wrestling and TNA Wrestling, or Impact Wrestling as some call it, Kurt Angle came to Japan to defend that belt at Wrestle Kingdom against Yuji Nagata. There's the backdrop driver! And what a tremendous contest that was. And once again, like I said before, Yuji Nagata learned even more from that match and has incorporated some of the attacks of Kurt Angle into his arsenal. Irish whip that time, Takeshi Morishima coming back, and there we see that trademark overhead belly-to-belly suplex. I really can't even tell you who's winning this thing. I mean, to look at these two guys, obviously you look at the face of Takeshi Morishima, face full of blood. Yuji Nagata once again looking for that Juji Gatami, that move that so many wrongfully call a cross arm breaker. But while Takeshi Morishima looks a little bit worse for wear, I mean, how many power bombs has Yuji Nagata eaten at this point? Basement-style roundhouse kicks that time to the outside of the knee. It was the left knee. Wait a minute. Morishima now. What is that? Getting a broom from ringside. I think, well, we talked about the brawling before. Morishima got that broom. Morishima actually willing to risk disqualification here. And both men, wait a minute, now it's Yuji Nagata with that broom. And drops it, thought better of it. Really, if Yuji Nagata can win this match, it's not going to surprise anyone. It's the expected outcome of this match. Takeshi Morishima, yes, is looking to build a name for himself tonight, but he doesn't need to win to build a name. He just needs to hang with Yuji Nagata. And as we pass the 15-minute mark, I believe he already has. He's proven that point. This, to me, is almost like one of those career-making matches. I mean, you think back, another Juji Gatami, and that time Yuji Nagata actually had it, the flying variation. Yuji Nagata there a couple of seconds ago going Kobe-kan Judan. Shades of Shinya Aoki, and of course that means the master of the flying submissions, the master of the flying judo-style submissions. But once again, we talk about matches where an underdog, God, look at the fighting spirit though. Yuji Nagata back up to his feet after that German suplex. Irish whip, Nagata groggy hits the ropes. Inside knee that time from Takeshi Morishima, and Yuji Nagata right back up. Yuji Nagata busted open. This match has now turned into a bloodbath. The collar and elbow lockup, and we see both men now bleeding from the forehead side headlock takeover. But if I can attempt once more to get this point out, those make or break matches, those matches that make a career. Here's another powerbomb. Is that it? Nagata's out. Nagata's out. Takeshi Morishima has defeated Yuji Nagata. Flair and Sting at the Clash of the Champions 98. Sting and Magnus at Bound for Glory 2013. This is the match, I believe, that will put Takeshi Morishima on the map. A massive upset. Takeshi Morishima has defeated Yuji Nagata.
IWGP ヘビー級選手権試合、時間無制限一本勝負を行います。まずは三沢光晴の入場です。
And here comes the number one contender for your IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. A man who over the past month has actually gone undefeated in competition. A man who tonight looks to capture the top prize in this sport we call professional wrestling. Mitsuharu Misawa, the legend from All Japan Pro Wrestling, the legend from Pro Wrestling Noah, makes his way into the ring, and it's title match time.
IWGP ヘビー級選手権者小橋健太の入場です。
Now, when asked about this match earlier on, I said that this match had all the potential in the world to either steal this show or steal this show and be a 5-star match. Kenta Kobashi and Mitsuharu Misawa have done battle in some of the most classic matches in professional wrestling history. Tonight, these two legends of the sport compete, and it's for the top prize. It's your Wrestle Kingdom main event, Kenta Kobashi and Mitsuharu Misawa. And it is a standing ovation for these two men as we see Kenta Kobashi leap that top cable. Let's throw it to the ring announcer here for the official introductions for this awesome title match.
IWGP ヘビー級正式権試合時間無制限一本勝負を行います。青コーナー185センチ110キロ三沢光晴。赤コーナー IWGP ヘビー級選手権者186センチ120キロ小橋健太。レフリータイガー・ハットリー。
You hear the opening bell. Legendary referee Tiger Hattori, your official. Mitsuharu Misawa and Kenta Kobashi slowly circle the ring. Tremendous amount of respect between these two individuals. Neither one wants to rush in and make the mistake. Collar and elbow that time. The champ snatches that side headlock. And the counter from the challenger, that shin breaker. Double leg from behind. Trademark move there from Misawa, somersaulted through into that camel clutch. Spinning back kick, no one home. Boot gets caught. Countered into the Achilles lock. Mitsuharu Misawa already in the early goings looking for that spinning back elbow. Mitsuharu Misawa uses those axes, those elbows, probably more efficiently than anyone else in this sport. Now let's talk about how Kenta Kobashi actually won that IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. It was a couple of Saturdays ago. Kenta Kobashi named the #1 contender. It was a joint effort from New Japan Pro Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Noah. Kenta Kobashi then took on former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Masahiro Chono. What an awesome match that was. If you have not seen that match, please go back and watch it. Spectacular contest. In the end, it was Kenta Kobashi defeating the former champion as we saw Masahiro Chono, that former champion, in action in his final match, in his farewell match earlier this evening. Misawa now sent out onto the ring plank. Kenta Kobashi follows in. Fujiwara armbar. And there's a DDT on the entrance plank by Mitsuharu Misawa. These two, no strangers to each other. These two have not only wrestled a number of times over the years, but have actually wrestled on the same team. These were two guys that both made the names. As we see that half Nelson suplex on the entrance plank, that hard way suplex. That's actually a Kimura lock. That was not a cover on that entrance plank by the champion. And again, we talk about the respect. Mitsuharu Misawa not really wrestling the match that he was looking to wrestle, but now outside the ring to slow things down. Baseball slide drop kick drops the challenger. Kenta Kobashi is owning this match. Kenta Kobashi is owning that ring. Misawa looking to come back in. Front face lock, suplex, and no! Blocked! Misawa! Suplex to the outside! It was a desperation move by Mitsuharu Misawa. It does buy him time, but Kenta Kobashi right back in the ring. Misawa snatches that side headlock. Kenta Kobashi with the side waistlock now into the backbreaker. Kobashi looking to pick the arm, slapped away, forearm shiver! We talked about those forearms before, and Misawa drilled Kenta Kobashi about 10 seconds ago with one of them. Kobashi, sit-out pile driver, center ring, drills the challenger. And you want to talk about main event matches. Main events come no bigger than this. Two of the best wrestlers in the history of this sport. Two men who probably between the two of them have more 5-star matches than any two professional wrestlers you can put in the ring together. Kenta Kobashi now taking a powder outside the ring. Back inside. Now let's talk about some of the finishing moves here, some of the trademark moves that these two wrestlers will look to utilize to put one another away. Kenta Kobashi, obviously the master of that stiff, disgusting, ridiculous, burning lariat, that clothesline that he likes to decapitate individuals with in that squared circle. Kobashi also has a number of other finishing moves, sometimes going to the moonsault, sometimes going to the burning hammer. We actually saw Kenta Kobashi use that burning hammer to win that IWGP Championship against Shono. There's that rabbit-style forearm to the back of the skull. Misawa lateral press, didn't even get a 1 count there. And if we talk about Mitsuharu Misawa, if we talk about the former Tiger Mask number 2, the number of Tiger drivers this man has, standing Tiger drivers, kneeling Tiger drivers, sit-out Tiger drivers, Tiger suplexes. This guy can come off the top rope with a beautiful frog splash and has also been known to put guys away with a series of different elbow shivers. Kobashi, dragon suplex. There was a rope break. Mitsuharu Misawa, we've been talking about those forearm shivers of his. He shot in for one a couple of seconds ago. The champion caught him, full Nelson, bridged him back into that bridging dragon suplex. And there's another one. And another rope break. You almost get the feeling that Kenta Kobashi, a ring general, is using these suplexes. Counter on that powerbomb, beautifully executed Frankensteiner from the challenger. But you almost get the feeling that Kenta Kobashi was using those dragon suplexes just to wear down Mitsuharu Misawa. Misawa now full... The hell's going on here? Lights out in the... Come on, guys, not tonight. Not tonight with these technical issues. Misawa forearm shiver, followed that one up with the drop kick. Nice 1-2 combination there. Hooks his man, front face lock, takes him over. Vertical brainbuster by the challenger. Mitsuharu Misawa looking to stay on his man. Modified stretch plum here. Spinning back chop, elbow shiver, there's the receipt. Inside knee strike from Kobashi. And now Kobashi slowing down the pace, the Cobra twist. Great ring positioning there too. Center ring, no chance of a rope break. Finally lets him out, but lets him out just to go back onto it, maybe crank back a little harder that second time. Shoulder block, no one home, did not connect there. Misawa shoots in, double leg, and now Misawa spins through the spinning toe hold, the Native American deathlock, and butterflies the arms into this beautiful modified butterfly stretch. Lateral press, hook of the far leg. Oh, 2.9, referee Tiger Hattori in position there. We almost had a new champion. Eats the forearm shiver, spinning back elbows. Spinning back elbows, rapid fire style from Mitsuharu Misawa, who would not quit. Misawa that time busting open Kenta Kobashi, at the same time kind of punched himself out. You got to wonder if there was a little rope-a-dope going on there on the part of Kobashi. Check out the vertical delay on this move. Kenta Kobashi, so strong. And there's the release, throws his own legs out from underneath him, executes that beautiful brainbuster. I mean, this really has been a night of blood, a night of gore. We expected this to be a wrestling pay-per-view like we said, and it has been, but we've also seen the brawls. Kobashi now, Saito suplex, Misawa backflip through, went for a double leg. There was a sprawl from the champion to block it. Misawa breaks out, grabs the champion, hammerlock throw to the far side. The champion comes back, and once again another beautifully executed K-Bra-Dor Conilo, aka the Tilt-A-Whirl backbreaker. The champion now, 2-on-1 wrist control, sits out into that Fujiwara armbar. Kenta Kobashi scores with the powerbomb. There was a counter, a Frankensteiner earlier on when he went for it. That time he connects. Irish whip that time on the champion. Kobashi goes in, connects with that Yakuza boot. And Kobashi sent outside. Keep your eyes on the challenger, Misawa Tote Suicida. In fact, the way he executes that actually might have been an elbow suicida. The action's so fast-paced here. Misawa speeding it up, slowing it down. Kenta Kobashi speeding it up, slowing it down at will. Whatever these men think is best is what they're doing, as we see one more Fujiwara armbar, 2-on-1 wrist control that time from the champion outside the ring. Kenta Kobashi, a little bit uncharacteristic, executes the drop kick. Return to sender, says Mitsuharu Misawa with the drop kick of his own. Now rolls the champion back inside the ring. Those forearm shivers and that rolling forearm will not help the already bloody face of Kenta Kobashi. Kenta Kobashi now. Irish whip on Misawa. Goes in. Another Yakuza kick. Actually caught referee Tiger Hattori with some of that. Misawa sent into the corner. Wait a minute. Wait a minute! We're not going to see this again. This is how Kenta won the belt. No! No! Burning Hammer! And Misawa right back up. Wait a minute. There's that Tiger Driver. Misawa not satisfied. Will look for a second one and will score with a second one. Misawa became the number one contender with a frog splash. And there we see it again. Frog splash to win the championship. 2? No! 2 9/10. Not much daylight that time between the hand of referee Tiger Hattori and that ring canvas. And you get the feeling that Mitsuharu Misawa was probably looking to go back up for a second frog splash, but just doesn't have the cardio to do it. Needs to take a momentary break. Is coming off the top one more time. There's a second frog splash. I believe that will be it. No! Kenta Kobashi kicking out at 1. Even before 1, Kenta Kobashi making sure that he defends and keeps and retains his championship here tonight. Scoop and a slam. No! It's the Emerald Flosion! It's one more of those finishers, cover, and a rope break. It's one more of those finishers from Mitsuharu Misawa. I believe Misawa's got this one. As long as he stays on him, picks him up. Emerald Flosion a second time. Misawa with the cover. 1, 2. Oh, no rope break that time. Kenta Kobashi able to get out of that cover. Irish whip to the turnbuckle that time. Misawa goes in with that forearm shiver and connects. Sets Kenta Kobashi on the top rope. Avalanche brainbuster that time from the challenger. Mitsuharu Misawa not opting to go for another pin that time. Instead, he goes back to this modified stretch plum we've seen him use in the past. And applies it a second time on the bloody face of the champion. Kobashi now. There's that black crush. There's that move. Shoots a half. Wait a minute. Lateral press. 1. No. That black crush. The move he used to wear down Takeshi Morishima last Thursday night on Throwdown. We see the short arm triangle here. This not a move that he's necessarily going to win the match with, but that is a rest hold for the champion. He can put Misawa in that hold and slow the pace down, maybe buy himself some time. God. Elbows, chops, we've seen it all in this match. The ring canvas a bloody mess once again. Kobashi sent into the referee. The challenger will take advantage. Tiger suplex, 2. Oh! I mean, we're talking already. I believe this was the 3rd ring canvas we've used tonight. Tilt-the-world backbreaker once again. We have to keep switching these canvases between matches because they're so bloody. German suplex with the bridge. Misawa that time actually let Kobashi out, I believe. He was not looking to beat him there, but he kept the bridge that time just to make the hold a little bit more effective as he sends the champion out onto the entrance plank. Misawa now fires up. DDT outside the ring on that hard stage, that hard entrance plank. Misawa release Tiger suplex on the entrance plank. Misawa not done with the champion. Picks him back up, spins him around, hooks him a second time, and another release Tiger suplex. A second DDT that time outside the ring on that entrance plank. Mitsuharu Misawa is in control here. I believe it's only a matter of time. Soul butt from the champion. Wait a minute. Where's Kenta Kobashi going here? Sit out pile driver outside the ring? I believe it's only a matter of time here before the challenger Mitsuharu Misawa is able to beat the champion here. I believe tonight we will have a new world champion. That IWGP, that International Wrestling Grand Prix World Heavyweight Championship on the line as we see Misawa with a variation of the Yuji Nagata lock. Some people in the States would call that an Anderson armbar. And let's talk about the momentum shifts in this match. Early on, I would say this match was almost 100% going for the champion. Now we see the challenger dominating the match. Standing switch by the champion. And an enziguri. In fact, that boot might have wrapped around and connected with the front of the skull of Mitsuharu Misawa. That might not have been an enziguri. That might have been a Toshiaki Kawada-like Gamengiri. Both men now back inside the ring. It looks like the champion, Kenta Kobashi, back in control. Irish whip, burning lariat! And on many occasions, wait a minute, Tiger Driver, sit out, 1, 2, no! Both men now going to their finishers, looking to put this thing away. Mitsuharu Misawa shoots Kobashi off to the corner, in close with the forearm shivers, spinning back elbow, forearm shiver, spinning back elbow, forearm shiver. Misawa all over the champion. The champion tried to come out of the corner and get something going. It did not work. Misawa now once again sends the champion back outside as we see Kenta Kobashi and the blood dripping off the forehead. It looked like Misawa wanted to go for maybe another elbow suicida, but Kenta Kobashi around the ring post and back into the ring. Shot off to the corner, in close drop kick from the challenger, and another spinning back elbow. Those were the elbows that earlier on actually opened up the champion. And once again, we can speculate, is the champion eating these elbows and these forearm shivers to just rope-a-dope Mitsuharu Misawa? Here's another powerbomb, and connects. And when we talk about rope-a-doping, let's talk about the first ever MMA match. Let's talk about the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Antonio Inoki, in that legendary match against the greatest boxer of all time, Muhammad Ali. As Mitsuharu Misawa sets the champion up top. What the hell is this? Double underhook. No! No! Avalanche Tiger Driver! Kobashi up. Once again, Misawa with another kneeling Tiger Driver. Kobashi back up, burning lariat! Kobashi with the chop. These two giving it everything they have. Mitsuharu Misawa, another Tiger Driver. Kobashi back up. Kobashi shoots the challenger off to the ropes. Burning lariato! Kenta Kobashi, powerbomb, jackknife press, 1, 2, Kobashi keeps the championship. Kenta Kobashi and Mitsuharu Misawa might have just had the match of the year. I give it 5 stars. It was your Wrestle Kingdom main event. Kenta Kobashi has defeated Mitsuharu Misawa in the Tokyo Dome. It's Wrestle Kingdom. Kenta Kobashi will retain his championship. And it was a hell of a fight on the part of Mitsuharu Misawa. Thank you for joining us here tonight at Wrestle Kingdom. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and please stay tuned for more on Arachnid Soul's YouTube channel. This has been Wrestle Kingdom, and this has been Arachnid Soul, signing off once again. Thank you, and good night.
Oh, it's time! It's time! It's Vader time!
Yeah, if you guys in the truck can still hear me, I've already signed off. They took over the show last Thursday. They tried to fade to black during the main event. Just get rid of it. Just cut the feed. Fade to black.